I am 86 years old, and I am sitting in a brown leather recliner that has learned the shape of my body better than any person ever did. The leather is cracked in the places where my arms rest every single night. It smells like stale coffee in this room. It smells like dust that nobody bothers to wipe away anymore because nobody visits and I stopped caring. There is a television 3 feet in front of me throwing that cold blue light across the carpet. And to my left, there is an identical chair. Same brown leather, same cracked armrests. But that chair is empty now. Has been for 14 months. There is a folded afghan draped over one arm of it. A pale green thing she crocheted in 1987, and the cushion still holds the impression of her body. 63 years she sat in that chair. 63 years I sat in this one. And between us, nothing. No hands reaching across. No words worth remembering. Just two people breathing in the same room, watching the same screen, pretending that was enough. 63 years of marriage. Everyone called us lucky. The neighbors, the kids, the people at church. Harold and Ruth, 63 years. Can you imagine? They'd shake their heads like we had performed some kind of miracle, like surviving was the same as succeeding. I'm here to tell you we weren't lucky. We were lazy. And that word stings coming out of my mouth because I spent my whole life believing I was a hard worker, a provider, a man who showed up. But showing up to the same room as someone every night for 6 decades and never once truly arriving? That's the laziest thing a human being can do. And I did it with a woman who deserved the whole world. This is not a love story. This is a warning. I met Ruth in the spring of 1961. I was 23. She was 21, with dark hair that curled at her shoulders, and a laugh that made you feel like you were the only clever person on the planet. She smelled like lilac. Not perfume that smelled like lilac. Actual lilac. She kept small bundles of it in her dresser drawers and tucked sprigs of it into her coat pockets. I used to bury my face in her neck just to breathe her in, and she would push me away laughing, and I would pull her right back. We got married that October. Small ceremony, her mother's backyard, leaves everywhere. And for a few years, I tell you, it was everything they promise you it will be. We danced in the kitchen to songs on the radio. I am not a man who dances, never was. But she would grab my hand while something played on that old transistor radio on the counter, and I would spin her around the linoleum, and she would laugh, and the whole apartment smelled like whatever she was cooking, and the lilac in her hair, and I swear to you, those were the richest days of my life. We argued, too. Lord, we argued. About money, about her mother, about which direction the furniture should face. But those arguments ended with us grabbing each other like we were afraid the other one might disappear. There was fire in it. There was something alive between us, something that crackled. Then the children came. 3 of them in 4 years. And bills came with them, and exhaustion came with the bills. And silence crept in behind the exhaustion like weather moving in from the west. You don't notice weather changing. You just wake up one morning and the season is different. I started working longer shifts. She stopped waiting up. The kitchen radio broke and neither of us replaced it. The dancing stopped because the music stopped, and the music stopped because neither of us thought to turn it back on. It's that simple. It's that stupid. But here is the lie I told myself, the lie that kept me comfortable for 40 years. I believed that staying was the same as loving. I looked at the Hendersons next door who divorced in 1974. I looked at my brother whose wife left him in 1980. And I sat in this chair, in this house, with this woman in the chair beside me, and I thought, well, I must be doing something right. I'm still here. I wore endurance like a medal pinned to my chest. I confused stubbornness for devotion. I thought the absence of leaving was the presence of love. And every night we sat in these 2 chairs, television on, volume low. The sound of two forks scraping across two plates in a kitchen where nobody spoke. The sound of a faucet running while she did the dishes alone. The sound of my newspaper pages turning. These were the sounds of my marriage, and I thought they were the sounds of peace. They were the sounds of a woman disappearing. I need to tell you about a Thursday. I need to tell you about one specific Thursday because it is the night that broke the rest of my life, and I did not even know it was breaking until she was gone, and I had nothing left but this chair and this silence and the memory of what she said to me that I will carry to my grave. It was October, 3 months before she died. The furnace had just kicked on for the season, and you could smell that burnt dust smell it makes the first time it fires up, that sharp, dry scent that catches the back of your throat. The living room was dim, just the television. Some game show was on, one of those ones with the spinning wheel, and the audience was clapping, and I wasn't really watching it, and she wasn't really watching it, and we were just sitting there, the way we always sat there. 2 people in 2 chairs with 3 feet of carpet between them that might as well have been an ocean. She spoke first. She always spoke first, the rare times either of us spoke at all. "Do you remember when you used to look at me?" That's what she said. Quiet, not angry. That's the part that kills me. There was no fight in it. She wasn't starting an argument. She was asking a real question, the way a person asks directions when they are genuinely lost. And I grunted. I made some sound in my throat that meant nothing, that acknowledged nothing. And I kept my eyes on that screen. On that stupid, worthless screen with its spinning wheel and its studio audience full of strangers clapping for prizes that nobody needs. She waited. I could feel her waiting. You know when someone is looking at you even when your eyes are somewhere else. I felt the weight of her gaze on the side of my face the way you feel the sun through a window. And I did not turn. She said it again, softer. Almost like she was talking to herself now. Almost like she had already given up on me hearing her and was just saying it out loud to confirm it was true. "You used to look at me, Harold." The furnace clicked. The clock on the mantel ticked. The game show audience cheered for someone who had won a car. And in that room, in the dim blue light, my wife was asking me to see her. Just see her. Not buy her anything, not fix anything, not solve anything. Just turn my head 45 degrees to the left and look at the woman I had promised my life to. I did not move. And then she said the words that I hear every single night now in this room, in this chair, in this silence that I earned. "I've been so lonely, Harold." Her voice broke on my name, the way a branch breaks, not loud, just a quiet snap, and then it separated from the tree forever. I said nothing. God help me, I said nothing. I sat in this chair like a man made of stone, and I let those words fall on the carpet between us, and I did not pick them up. I did not cross that 3 feet of space. I did not take her hand. I did not say, "I'm sorry." I did not say, "I see you." I did not say a single word that could have changed everything. She pulled that green Afghan up to her chin. She closed her eyes, and something in that room sealed shut. Some door between us that had been cracked open for 60 years, waiting for me to walk through it, finally closed. I heard it close, even though it made no sound. I felt the click of it in my chest. And we never spoke about it again, not once. She died 3 months later on a Tuesday morning in a hospital bed, and the last thing she looked at was the window, not me. She was looking at the sky. Now I sit here. Every night at 7 o'clock, I lower myself into this chair like it is my assigned post, because it is. It is the station I chose for 63 years, and I do not get to abandon it now just because the only person who made it mean anything is gone. Her chair sits there beside me, empty and full at the same time, full of the shape of her, full of the impression her small body pressed into that cushion over 30 years of sitting and waiting and hoping and eventually stopping hoping. I tried to sit in her chair once, about a month after the funeral. I thought maybe it would make me feel closer to her. I lowered myself into it, and the leather still smelled like lilac, and I lasted about 4 seconds before I couldn't breathe and I had to get out of it. I stood up so fast I nearly fell. I stood in the middle of this living room, gasping like a man who had been held underwater. And in a way I had been. Held under 63 years of silence. The television still plays, same channels, same noise. But now I hear what she heard. I hear how empty it is. I hear how the sound of a television is not company. It is a mask that noise wears to disguise the silence underneath. People sent cards after she passed. Beautiful cards with flowers and crosses and words like, "What a beautiful love story," and 63 years, what an inspiration. One of her friends from church wrote, "You two were relationship goals." I put that card on the mantel next to our 50th anniversary photograph. In that photo, we are both smiling. We look happy. And between us on the couch, there is 3 feet of space. 3 feet. In an anniversary portrait. And neither of us thought to move closer. And everyone who looked at that photo saw a happy couple. Nobody saw the distance. Nobody but her. I am not grieving because my wife died. People die. I understand that. I am 86. I have buried friends, a brother, both parents. Death is not the tragedy here. The tragedy is that my wife was lonely for 40 years, and she lived with me the entire time. The tragedy is that she told me, out loud, in plain words, and I could not be bothered to turn my head. The tragedy is that I was right there, Harold, right there in the next chair, and I might as well have been on the other side of the earth. Now let me talk to you. Yes, you. Whoever you are, wherever you are right now while you're hearing this. Are you sitting next to someone? Are you in the same room as the person you say you love while you scroll through this on your phone? Are they on the couch, on the bed, at the table, existing 3 feet from you while you pour your attention into a screen? Put it down. I am not asking you. I am telling you. Put it down and look at them. Not a glance. Look at them the way you looked at them when you were terrified they might not love you back. Look at them like they are the answer to a question you forgot you asked. And say something real, not "What do you want for dinner?" Not "Did you pay the electric bill?" Say something that a stranger would never say because only you know them well enough to say it. Remind them that you see them, that they are not invisible, that they are not just a shape in the next chair. Do not you dare call yourself a good partner because you stayed. Staying is geography. Staying is what furniture does. Love is not the act of remaining in a room. Love is the act of turning toward someone, again and again, day after day, even when the silence is easier. Especially when the silence is easier. I survived 63 years of marriage. I want you to hear what I am telling you. I survived it. The way you survive a winter, the way you survive a wound. I did not live it. I did not experience it. I endured it, and I let her endure it beside me, and I called that love because I did not know what else to call it. She is gone now. The chair is empty. The lilac is gone from the fabric. One day soon it will just smell like leather and dust and nothing, and that will be the last trace of her erased from this room. I cannot cross those 3 feet anymore. But you can. You still can. Tonight. Right now. Do not wait until you are 86 years old, sitting alone in a room that smells like dust, talking to strangers on the internet because you have no one left to talk to. Do not wait until the chair beside you is empty to realize it was full of everything you ever needed. Turn toward them. Open your mouth. Say something true before the silence becomes the only language you know how to speak.